Greetings, loyal followers of the First Order. My name is Corbin22, and welcome back to another 100-point squadron build for Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures. In this series, we take a look at 100-point squad builds and discuss their competitive viability in the Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures game. Tonight, we're looking at a build that I used a couple days ago at the last tournament. I call it the Baron, the Countess, and the Royal Guard. Because what we've got here is we've got 3 Imperial ships, one of them being the Baron of the Empire himself, Soontir. We have one of the Royal Guard pilots, Carnor, and we also have one of the Glaive Squadron pilots, Countess, Ryad. These 3 have become one of my, 2 of these, or I should say, they all become, they're on the list of some of my favorite pilots I like to use, mainly because of their abilities and their maneuvers and just how, well, let's face it, they're pretty easy to use, all things considering, especially with their abilities. Their abilities make them very easy to use, at least I think. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to the build itself. So, the total squad point cost comes to about, I believe, 98 or 99, so you're going to get initiative bid if you use the squadron. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's just we got one heavy assault fighter turned dogfighter and 2 interceptor class ships decked out with as many upgrades as I can put on them to reach the 100-point limit. So we'll start with the middle ship here. We'll work our way up in ascending order. Starting with the TIE Defender, we have Countess Ryad. Coming in at a pilot skill of 5, she flies the Sonar Fleet System's TIE Defender for the Galactic Empire. She has the standard stat line of a TIE Defender: attack value of 3, agility value of 3, a hull value of 3, and a shield value of 3. Her action bar consists of the focus, target lock, and barrel roll maneuvers. She costs 34 points to field, and her upgrade bar consists of an EPT, a cannon, a missile, as well as an unlisted tile modification. Her pilot ability is, when you reveal a straight maneuver, you may treat it as a choreographed turn. So this basically means that all of her straight maneuvers, speed 2 through speed 5, can be treated as choreograms, and since they're also green maneuvers, they also make it easier for you to get rid of stress while turning around and facing your opponent. So with Countess Ryad, you're going to be doing a lot of straights just to keep your enemy in your firing arc, because they might try and slow down and get past you. You might do like a straight 4. But with Countess, you can trade that into a choreographed 4, and if you're stressed, it doubles as a green maneuver, which means you can get rid of the stress, take an action, and set yourself up for a good attack run. We'll move on to her upgrades now. Our first upgrade is the title card, TIE X7. Comes in at a negative squad point cost of 2. It's a TIE Defender only title. It reads, your upgrade bar loses the cannon and missile upgrade icons. After executing a speed 3, 4, or 5 maneuver, you may assign one of a token to your ship. So the TIE X7 turns the TIE Defender from a heavy assault ship to a dogfighter, and a very, very efficient dogfighter at that. For the 2-point cost and the loss of your cannon and missile, you're going to be relying on your primary weapon a lot. But as long as you keep doing breakneck speeds, you're always going to get that evade, which means you can couple it with your focus token to ensure that your TIE Defender is going to be extremely hard to hit. I did a similar build with Omega Leader and Barrack Steel, also with the TIE X7 title, and they were nearly impossible to take down because they kept moving at fast speed to get the evade, and plus they always kept taking focus tokens. And yeah, again, the TIE X7 just turns the TIE Defender into an incredibly powerful dogfighter. Now, for modification, I've chosen a Twin Ion Engine Mark II. It costs a squad point cost of 1, and it's a TIE-only modification. It states you may treat all of your bank maneuvers as green maneuvers. So, added to the 4 straight maneuvers the TIE Defender naturally gets, all of the bank maneuvers, all 6 of them become green maneuvers as well. So that means you're getting a total of 10 green maneuvers to work with a TIE Defender. This card was made specifically for the TIE Defender, but it can also be used in conjunction with the TIE Bomber, the TIE Advanced, and the TIE Punisher, I believe. You can also use it with the TIE Advanced Prototype as well, but considering it can do a boost, you're much better off putting the Autothrusters on that. Now, for her Elite EPT, I've chosen Veteran Instincts, which comes in at a squad point cost of 1, and it reads, increase your pilot skill value by 2. So she goes from a 5 to a 7, and it costs 1 point, so that means this coupled with the TIE Mark II, you're bringing your squad point cost back to 34 points. So TIE X7 plus these two menu upgrades, she's gonna jump right back to her natural 34 point cost, which is pretty efficient, all things considering. Now let's move on to the Royal Guard. We have Carter Jax. Coming in at a pilot skill of 8, he flies the Sonar Fleet System's TIE Interceptor for the Galactic Empire. He has a standard stat line of a TIE Defender, attack value 3, agility value 3, a hull value 3, and a shield value of 0. I meant to say TIE Interceptor, sorry. His action bar consists of the Focus, Barrel Roll, Boost, and Evade actions. He costs 26 points to field, and his upgrade bar consists of an EPT as well as an unlisted tile and modification. His pilot ability reads, enemy ships at range 1 cannot perform Focus or Evade actions and cannot spend Focus or Evade tokens. So Carnor Jacks, as long as they stay close to his enemies, they can't perform a Focus or Evade, so they can't spend Focus or Evade tokens. There is a loophole around this, however, I found out. If someone has the Atsani Mind Link, and they're beyond range 1 of the Carnor Jacks, and they take focuses, every ship within range 1 of Carnor Jacks can still take that focus because it's being assigned to them. They're not taking an action. That said, even though they have the focus, that doesn't mean they can spend it. So it's a workaround in order to get the focus, but as long as Carnor Jack stays within range 1 of them, there's no chance of them using it. This puts Carnor Jacks on pretty high on my list of pilots I like to use, especially for the Empire, because he basically grants total action denial, with the exception of target locks, barrel rolls, and boosts, as well as slams. For his I didn't give him a title because I couldn't afford it, so I've only given him Autothrusters, which comes in at a squad point cost of 2, and it reads, when defending, if you are out beyond range 2 or outside the attacker's firing arc, you may change one of your blank results to an evade. You can equip this card only if you have the boost action icon. So TIE Defender, TIE Interceptor, A-Wing, TIE Advanced Prototype, T-70 X-Wing, and I believe the Aggressor class ships can only, as well as the upcoming Protectorate class Starfighters, can only take these cards. They basically just grant you extra, a greater chance of evading enemy shots when you're far away or outside their arc, especially if against turret ships. Excuse me. His EPT is Juke. Comes in at a squad point cost of 2. It's a small ship only tied EPT. When attacking, if you have an evade token, you may change one of the defender's evade results to a focus result. So Juke, with Carnor Jacks, you're going to be taking a lot of evade actions because you're going to be juking them out a lot. The thing is with Juke is with Carnor Jacks, you want to get into range 1 so that it dies in their focus or evades. And yeah. So basically Carnor Jacks, getting close, juke them out, scored as many hits as you can. I find this is a cheaper alternative putting Outmaneuver on, because Outmaneuver takes away an agility if you're outside their firing arc. But I find Juke is better because it doesn't matter if you're in their arc or not. If you're range 1 and you juke them out, there's no way that's still 1 less agility for them to work with. And it's 1 point cheaper, so it's more cost effective. Now, we move on to the Baron, the elite of the elite. We have Soontir Fel. Coming in at a pilot skill of 9, he flies the Sinar Fleet System's TIE Interceptor for the Galactic Empire. Standard stats of a TIE Interceptor: attack 3, agility 3, hull 3, shield 0. His action bar consists of the Focus, Barrel Roll, Boost, and Evade actions. He costs 27 points to field. And like with Carnor, his upgrade bar contains the EPT as well as an unlisted tile and modification. His pilot ability reads, when you receive a stress token, you may assign a focus token to your ship. So Soontir Fel is one of those guys you want to stress out. He's good at stress management because if he stresses out, he gets that free focus. It's especially useful for Koi Grand turns. That basically means that you do a Koi Grand 3 or 5 with Soontir, you're guaranteed some way to modify your dice results. For his title, I've chosen to give him the Rogar tie because this is going to be his standard loadout. That's why everyone calls this build standard Soontir. It's a TIE Interceptor only title. It costs 0 points, and it reads, you may equip up to 2 different modification upgrades instead of 1. You cannot equip this card if your pilot skill value is 4 or lower. So anything lower than a Rogar pilot or anything lower than, I should say, Fel's Wrath and Lieutenant Larir, they cannot take the Rogar tie. So Saber Squadron and below cannot take it. Fel's Wrath and above, they can. His first modification is a stealth device, which reads, it comes in at a squad point cost of 3. And it reads, increase your agility value by 1. If you're hit by an attack, discard this card. So this brings Soontir's agility value from 3 to 4 until he takes 1 hit, and then bumps it back down to 3. That said, this basically means that Soontir is going to be an incredibly hard target to hit, especially at range 3. What's going to make him even harder to hit is the fact that he also has Autothrusters, like with Carnor. Defending beyond range 2 or outside the attacker's arc, you can change one of your blanks to evade. Only do it with the boost action icon. So Soontir Fel, with this setup, he's going to be incredibly hard to hit because stealth device grants him the extra agility. Autothrusters, if he's beyond range 2 or outside the arc, he gets basically a free evade if you roll a blank. And then of course for his title, his EPT, we've given him Push the Limit, and this takes full advantage of Soontir's ability. Once per round after you perform an action, you may perform one free action in your action bar, then receive a stress token. It costs 3 points, and allows Soontir to basically take 3 actions. You can take like a boost, evade, or barrel roll. You can push for like a focus or whatever and another action, and then of course the stress will grant you that extra focus. So basically you can do 2 focuses and an evade, or 2 focuses and a boost, or 2 focuses and a barrel roll with Soontir. Yeah, this is the Baron, the Countess, and the Guard. I'll return in a second to show exactly how to implement this build. Okay, here we are with the setup. Again, we've got Han Solo and Poe Dameron as my little test dummies. Poe has taken a focus action to combat his ability. Han Solo has taken an evade because he has the Millennium Falcon title card. And of course, Soontir's taken 2 focuses, and he's taken an evade and a focus, which was triggered by Push the Limit to get him that free evade or that free focus. Carnor's taken an evade, and the Countess has done a choreographed 3 or a straight 3 or a hard turn 3, and that allowed her to take a focus as well as get that free evade from her TIE-X7 title. And let me just quickly get my dice, and we should be all set to go. Let me just open up the bag here. Okay, we're good now. So, let's say for this example, the Rebellion has the initiative, or the Resistance in this case. So that means Han Solo is going to shoot before Soontir. Han Solo is going to try and shoot at Carnor Jax to see if we can get rid of his evade token. Now, because Carnor Jax is in range 1 of both the T7, both the Black One and the Millennium Falcon, none of them these guys can't use their tokens. So that means Han Solo is going to be relying purely on his luck. It's going to be 4 dice against 3 because it's a range 1 shot. We have 3 hits, 2 hits and a crit. I will not. The Rebellion player will not use his ability because that's a pretty solid roll. And oh, look at that! 3 natural evades. So that means Carnor Jax is safe from damage. Now Soontir gets to shoot. Soontir is going to try and shoot at Poe Dameron. It's going to be a range 1 shot. So it's going to be 4 dice versus 2. Like so. Soontir will roll his dice. Hit 2 focuses into blank. Soontir will spend 1 of his focuses to turn these into hits. So that's 3 hits. And we have a focus and an evade. Now, Poe could use his ability to turn this into an evade, but because Carnor Jax is at range 1, that focus is negated. Therefore, you can't change this to you cannot change this to a focus. That means Poe takes 2 hits to his shields. And now Poe has no shot, so it'll go straight to Carnor. Carnor's going to try and finish what Soontir started. Relying purely on luck. I'm getting a lot of these. Why can't I get these at the tournament? So 3 hits natural. Poe's rolling. Okay, well let's say this was an evade. Carnor Jax would use Juke to turn that to a focus, and because he's at range 1, he can't use that focus to turn it back. So that's another 3 hits to Poe. So that means 1 shield and 2 hull. He's about to die. Now it's the Countess to take her shot. Countess is at range 2 of the Falcon, so it'll be 3 versus 1. Countess will spend her focus token to turn that focus into evade. Here we go. Han scores a blank. He can't use that evade because he's at range 1 of Carnor, so he takes the full hits, free hits, and that's it. That's how you use the Baron, the Countess, and the Royal Guard. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you can use this build for any competitive or casual play, or you can tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. And remember, my loyal followers, the dark side will always be with you. Glory to the First Order.